What's going on, everybody? My name is Clarifox, so welcome back to another video here on my channel. So boys and girls, how you doing? This video we're going to be discussing about the new Guilty Gear Xrd that might be announced sometime during Arc Revolution Cup here coming this November. So, without further ado, let's just get straight into this. If you guys remember back in August during Evolution Tournament, Daisuke, who is the creator and founder of Guilty Gear, was not present. Even Arc System Works announced on stage saying, look, Daisuke's not here. He's currently out busy right now back in the office working on something Guilty Gear related. So, people are assuming, and I am also one of those ones who are assuming this, that we are going to be getting an announcement for Guilty Gear sometime in November during Arc Revolution Cup, because they started talking about Arc Revolution Cup, where it's going to be held at and stuff like this. Now, with the Guilty Gear Xrd coming out, an announcement of some sort, what my predictions, my opinion, what's my thoughts on this entire new game coming out? Well, I'm itching for another Guilty Gear. It's been, what, 2 years since Rev 2 came out, and I've been itching for the return of another Guilty Gear game. I'm honestly kind of bored with Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm trying to find other things doing, because even though I like Dragon Ball, I love Dragon Ball, I grew up with the series, I just don't like the Marvel vs. Capcom aspect of 3v3 fighting. Now, when I've gotten to play the update and I played with a friend of mine doing 1v1, it was much more fun to me than doing this 3v3 crap. Which, don't get me wrong, I like Dragon Ball FighterZ, I like the 3v3 in certain cases, but to me, it's just too much going on at one time. That's why I was never really a fan of Marvel vs. Capcom with this game mechanic aspect. Now, with Guilty Gear, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it's Rev 3. No, it's not going to be Rev 3. I seriously doubt that you're going to have a Revelator 3. Revelator 2, Rev 2, was just an update to the original Guilty Gear Revelator. It just added 2 new characters, said, here you go, we're going to update the story a little bit. It was something to help prolong while Arc System Works was working on Dragon Ball FighterZ in the background before it was announced. Because Bandai approached them and said, look, we want something made, and the best aspect would be Dragon Ball, show us what you got. So they were working on this, and this is what made Arc System Works now kind of like a global, like bigger than big time now. Like, this is something they've been wanting. They wanted to be a mass producer for a publisher like Bandai. So they finally got somewhere, which, bravo, congratulations. So Rev 2 was used as a filler than an actual third game. They balanced it up a little bit, they fixed a couple of things on it, but they added 2 characters. That here's Baiken, here's Answer. Alright, you're good for right now. We're going to be working on this other game, and we'll get back to this later. Well, later's coming, and with November's Arc System Works tournament starting, we should get an announcement for a third game. So you had Guilty Gear Xrd signed, you had Guilty Gear Revelator, you had Guilty Gear Rev 2. Rev 2 and Revelator are the same game, so that is considered the second one. Now, back in the day, back when Guilty Gear Xrd Sign was first released, Daisuke was in an interview and stated that he wanted to make the series a trilogy and try to bring back as many old characters as well as new characters into this series. So there should be a third game, and this will be called something like Guilty Gear Xrd something, in my personal opinion, and it will be a third game that will complete the trilogy, and then maybe they'll be working on something newer, like another overture or something in the future with Guilty Gear, most likely. Hopefully not. But what I want to get into with this topic in this video is that there is one other thing that not too many people kind of listened to, or some people did, and it wasn't really brought up that mainstream within the Guilty Gear community, except for a couple of places, and I'm going to bring this up. The next Guilty Gear, most likely, if you listen to the most recent interviews with Daisuke or read them out online, you're going to notice that Daisuke's mind said, look, listen, Guilty Gear is too hard. It's too complex for someone new to get into it. So we're going to change that, and we're going to do something like Dragon Ball FighterZ. make it easier for newcomers. This kind of gets me worried. Now, granted, I am no fantastic professional competitive player like my friend Matsu, like Daigo, like whoever. I'm a casual player that loves the series in his own way. And hearing this after playing Guilty Gear Xrd Sign, playing Guilty Gear Revelator and Rev 2, and learning different things because of friends that I've met and different people that I have, been introduced with, it kind of has me worried because Guilty Gear Xrd has a stylish mode and a technical mode, which to me is fantastic. If you're a casual player, you play stylish. If you're competitive, you play normal. Well, if Daisuke does something like Dragon Ball FighterZ and merges auto combos with manual combos just to bring in the newer crowd, that has me kind of worried for veteran players or people who are used to the system as it is now. Because I really don't know the opinions, because I haven't really followed through and listening to any of this. Listen to any of excuse me, I can't really speak right now, it seems like. But it doesn't seem like to me right now that would be a good option, because I haven't heard anything from nobody about it really. And that's where I want to ask you guys in the comments below, what is your thought pattern on this? Like, are you willing for an adjustment to where possibly there is no technical and stylish mode, that is going to all be like Dragon Ball FighterZ, where it's an auto combo system that you need to manipulate into a manual combo system? Or are you more interested in it staying exactly like it is and just leaving like a stylish mode for casual players and say, here you go, this is for you? Because honestly, Dragon Ball FighterZ, how it is, how it plays, this Marvel vs. Capcom bullshit with the 3v3, I see the reason why it works for that. I understand how its concept works. It makes it easier in terms to do things that you normally wouldn't be able to do manually. And for a casual player, not for a competitive player. So before anyone's comment something about that, that's what I'm about to say here, is it makes it easier for people who don't know how to input correctly and just do an auto combo system. But I can understand the necessary need for that in a massive game like Dragon Ball. But when you have a niche community like Guilty Gear, I don't see the reasoning why they would consider changing up the game mechanics of how it's played with an auto combo system. I don't think, and this is where we're going to get into the opinion of what I'm thinking the new Guilty Gear is going to be like, is I think that there is going to be an auto combat system. I think it's going to be driven like Dragon Ball FighterZ. However, I think it's going to be selectable. I think there's going to be an option to turn it on, just like stylish mode. I think that this is a way of adjusting stylish mode into something that would probably be a little bit better. Say, hey, look, you play Dragon Ball FighterZ, this is the mode for you right here. Get used to this. And then you should have a technical mode which will play Guilty Gear the same way. That is my feeling that it's going to be, because I don't see Daisuke saying, okay, we're just going to keep it like this and fuck the veteran players. I don't see him doing that. I see him trying to adjust it to where, hey, veteran players, newcomers, I have something for both of you. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, my also thinking is that you're going to have characters like Testament, Anjimoto, Robokai. You're going to have characters like that I think is going to be brought back into the third installment. I really do think you're going to have those characters. I think there will be another vote possibly if the game's announced. Be like, hey, look, y'all want some Holy Art Soul? Vote for him. Because that was something that was very unique with Revelator, is that when people voted for Dizzy, Bridget, Holy Order Soul, whoever was going to win that was the character that was going to be made, and Dizzy won the vote. So I do believe that there will be something like that's going to happen again, personally. I think that Guilty Gear is going to be something that, if it's announced during November, I don't think we're going to see it till sometime after summer of 2019, or maybe before, because it depends. If it's announced in November, if it isn't announced in November, I do believe that we might hear something of a demo or something towards maybe March or April of 2019. And depending if they want to get it out before EVO 2018, then you're probably looking at probably a June release for Guilty Gear Xrd Guilty Gear Xrd 3. I'm not gonna call it Rev 3, it's just Guilty Gear Xrd 3. What I'm interested in is how they're going to tie in the storyline mostly, because, hey, look, you know me. I break every single rule there is when it comes to YouTube and Twitch. I stream the stories, I will stream them again. And when it's going to come down to it, I'm more interested in seeing how everything's going to handle, because Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, Revelator, actually, in general, kind of tied in the entire storyline, it seems like, pretty well. It's just like Soul Bad Guy has... with that man has one last grudge, they need to handle it, and I like to see how that's going to be played out. I'm hoping that there will be some more balance changes to the system. I'm hoping that Soul's 5K might actually get readjusted back to like it used to be, and I'm hoping that more older characters are going to come in. Now, depending on how it goes, like I said, I think that we're looking around June for an actual demo or release of the game, if not sometime after summer. So let's keep up, see what happens, and sometime in November during Arc Revolution Cup, I do believe we will get an announcement for the new Guilty Gear, a whole new trailer, a good idea of what's going to be coming out. And so when the Arc Revolution Cup comes in, I'll get back with you guys on another video. And we'll go through my opinions, we'll go through a trailer breakdown, we'll go through everything at that time period. But thank you for the time, thank you for your time, excuse me. Sorry, like I said, it's 1 o'clock in the damn morning, I can't speak worth a fuck. So again, you lovely bastards, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, please leave a comment below, give me your thoughts about the new Guilty Gear, what you want out of it. That's what I really want to know, what do you want out of it? What characters? What new battle changes? What do you want from the game? What do you feel about it being like Dragon Ball FighterZ? What do you feel about the technical aspect? What do you feel about stylish mode? You tell me what you want. Leave it in the comments below. If you also like this video, please leave either a like or a dislike. And if you're gonna leave a dislike, by all means, leave me some criticism below in the comments below. Tell me what the hell I fucked up at. And then otherwise than that, guys, I will catch you on the flip side. So you crazy bastards, you have yourselves a good night. Clever Fox, signing out. Bye.